Hey, my super beautiful, lovely, gorgeous souls. Welcome. Today I'm bringing you guys a reading. This is for Aquarius. If your twin flame is an earth sign, a Virgo, a Taurus, or a Capricorn, if you're finding this video and you are in separation with one of these energies, Aquarius, this is for you. I will leave timestamps. We're going to jump right into it. And we're going to start with Virgo. So Virgo and Aquarius in twin flame separation. We're going to talk about a lot of different things. We'll talk about, part of the energies that maybe caused or disrupted your connection and put you into separation. We'll talk about thoughts, feelings, energies, like I said, wounds, any healing and advice. So Aquarius and Virgo in separation. Wow. Okay. So I feel like there was a lot of ups and downs in this connection between Aquarius and Virgo. I feel like there was like this sort of cycles that was happening between the two of them. And I also feel like things went in cycles for them, like a cycle leading up to their connecting, a cycle leading up to the separation, a cycle now possibly of starting a journey and, going into it, like diving into it. I feel like somebody's looking back here and wanting to return to this. I feel like it's more like walking away but regretting the fact that you had to walk away, or regretting the fact that you had to feel like you needed to move on here. I feel like there's a bit of stagnation on somebody's part though. Like somebody moved on a little bit more than the other, and the other's sort of like hanging back, sort of in disbelief, sort of ruminating, sort of thinking about what did I do wrong? What could I have done? Like there's a little bit of that regret feeling, or like that sadness, that longing feeling that one party is having more than the other here, if that makes any sense. So let's hear from the divine feminine energy in this particular pairing, and then we'll do the divine masculine, and this could be like shadows or things that need to be healed or worked on, or wounds that divine feminine may be having or feeling, experiencing. Strip down your next battle. Wow. So I feel like, in a strange way, I feel like this union stripped down divine feminine to her core, to her bareness, to her vulnerability. I feel like she was so vulnerable that she treated this almost like a battle. Like it was like nobody ever made her feel so stripped down or so vulnerable, getting to the bare bones of what her wounds are at her core. Okay. I feel like a lot of the times she feels like she has unfair battles in life, and she's become accustomed to this, and she's getting thicker skin now. Her skin was already thick, but now she's getting like thicker skin. I feel like she just wears her armor throughout life. I feel like she also doesn't allow people to get super close to her, but she allowed her twin to do that. She let her twin get super close to her, like no one else ever had. But now in separation, she's reverted back to this toughness, this armor wearing, this, warrior type mentality. Okay. Let's talk about the divine masculine now. Divine masculine in separation. Divine masculine. Let's see what divine masculine is feeling. Energies, wounds, same thing for the divine masculine. And just know, guys, that these energies can reverse or feel reversed because you are each other's mirror. So just keep that in mind. Guarded. Defensive. Wow. So there's a lot of that here. Now what did I just say about the mirroring? So you guys are mirroring each of these energies to each other. You did before separation. Now it's more apparent in separation. Divine masculine is feeling totally guarded as well. Doesn't want to get hurt. Doesn't want to be hurt. Doesn't want to deal with these things because they hurt. Doesn't want to deal with his problems because they hurt. Defensive when it comes to having to look at himself. Defensive when people try to show him these things. Defensive when someone tries to point something out. So it could be divine feminine that you tried to point some of these things out, or you really made him realize this. And I'm saying him, meaning divine masculine. I realize that there's two females can be one divine masculine, one divine feminine. Two males can be one divine masculine, one divine feminine. So please keep an open mind the way I'm doing this. I'm just getting so much in from spirit that I have to say it quickly. So yes, guarded and defensive. Now, that could be also his attitude or divine masculine's attitude towards the divine feminine now. I feel like he's turned away a bit. I feel like he's being a little bit like resentful or a little bit spiteful. Almost like, you know, you hurt me, I'm going to hurt you back. And that's some ego shit really that's going on, I feel like here. Okay? Yeah. Both of you are guarded. Both energies are guarded. And that is something you're mirroring. But I feel like that veil came down enough that, like I said, the strip down is like basically what you do with your twin in the mirroring stages. And then however, leading up to separation, whether you're the runner or the chaser, you're still running after something you're missing or chasing after something you're missing, if that makes any sense. So yeah, we got a lot of guardedness here. Wow. I mean, that's just like, let's get some advice. Let's get some advice from this Work Your Energy, Work Your Light Oracle. Beautiful. Let's see. I give these one more shuffle. And we'll see what this comes out with. Inner Temple. Devotion. Tune into the portal of your heart. Wow. So I feel like that's like sync up with that energy of broken heart. Like whoever broke your heart, whatever broke your heart, broken hearts from the past. I feel like twin opens us up to understand our heart more than anybody ever because it is our exact opposite. It's like not our, it's like our exact match, like, but our exact, like, I'm the feminine, what's the masculine aspect of me? You're the masculine, what's the feminine aspect of me? So I feel like there's a balance and polarity thing with that has come out here in this union. Realizing your masculine power, realizing your feminine power, because we all have both. But I feel like this is to sort of release whatever hurt or hate or resentments are in your heart. Because opening, like clearing that away is going to open up your heart so you can let love in. And I feel like with the defensiveness and the guardedness and sort of like this abrasiveness, like it's like you're blocking that because out of fear, what's going to happen if I'm more vulnerable? I feel like this is like a leap of faith to take into that vulnerability and really love yourself, hug yourself, nurture yourself from that. And I feel like that's a good way to open up your heart. Absolutely. And we're getting warrior woman. So that could be for the divine feminine. Have you answered your deepest calling? So I feel like divine feminine is going to come into an energy where she's being called for greatness. Like she may be an empath. She may be somebody with spiritual gifts that she's going to teach and use these gifts in her separation process. In her, maybe she's having a dark night of the soul. She's going to use these gifts. She's also going to share these gifts, I feel like. And I feel like she has to use this. There's this very sense to me of survivorness in the divine feminine. So I don't know if the divine feminine has been through a lot of shit in her life, a lot of painful, horrible things, but she's really like this strong, fierce force is what I'm feeling and picking up on. That's what I feel. And I feel like mostly there is some more healing that has to happen that keeps her in this like sort of like warrior mode, okay? But she's doing that sort of to protect herself. We got envy. We got fear. So these are two energies that need to sort of be released here. And also I feel like for the healing process, these could be wounds as well. Deeper wounds. When we're envious, it's because we maybe never felt special. When we're fearful, it's because maybe things always went shitty or bad, or we never knew what was going to happen. And we developed these fears for moving on and fears for commitment and fears for, committing to ourselves. So let's get some advice and talk about sort of the whole purpose of this union with Virgo and Aquarius. And you can form your own opinions about these energies too, guys. However they resonate is perfectly fine. So all in all, main theme energy between these two in separation is trust. Main theme in their connection, their union is trust, like contract reason, I'm going to say. Like you decided like on these things. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. So working on trust issues from the past, maybe somebody ex hurt you, cheated on you, and you have this wound of trust now, okay? And maybe something like that happened to them, or maybe they've never been able enough to allow themselves that love, to trust love enough in their life so they can feel the joy from it. Okay, that's what I'm feeling here. Okay, let's get on to Capricorn and Aquarius. Capricorn and Aquarius. Let's talk about energies that are surrounding or could have caused this separation, thoughts, different feelings, things like that. Okay, so what I'm feeling, this could be more the Capricorn energy here, is that there is some issues with fear, issues with commitment, issues with temptations, issues with possibly codependency or some addiction type things, and lust. I feel like, I don't know if this connection started out as lust, like they were deeply attracted to one another in a lustful way. I feel like there could be codependency issues that needed to be resolved so that these two can be together. I feel like there's a lot of release and a lot of letting go and a lot of, if you love something, set it free, and if it's meant to be, it will come back, if that makes any sense. I feel like this is a mature decision to do this, to say, it's okay to let this go now. It's okay to see if it's going to come back to me healthier, happier, more healed. There's a great level of healing that has to happen here, okay? I feel like this is denial too. Like, I don't want to accept these things about myself. So one of you wasn't accepting things about yourself. One of you didn't want to, cop to that. Okay. Also some control issues, which could reflect a little bit of the codependency that one of you may be feeling or have an issue with. Okay. But I feel like this separation is about letting go. It's about releasing fears. It's about resolving fears. Okay. That's what I'm feeling off the bat. So let's get a the divine feminine's aspect here. Fears, maybe wounds, maybe part of the causes on the divine feminine's part that could have caused this separation. Deeply rooted, and head above water. Okay, so our divine feminine may go through life with this sort of these deeply rooted issues that are not being resolved or have not been able to be resolved, or now that she's been activated from her twin, she's finally starting to see. I feel like these deep rooted problems keep her in a state where she's only always keeping her head above water. She may not realize that these things are troublesome or these problems from her past are troublesome, but they're making her feel like this. I feel like also she's feeling this way over the separation. She feels like she's just barely able to keep her head above water. The feelings are smothering. She feels like she's drowning. She feels like, she needs help. I feel like there might be cries for help in some ways that she's not realizing, but now maybe she is realizing. And her twin mirrored these things to her. And also keep in mind, guys, that these things, the energies can mirror back to your twin. So if you say, oh, these are in reverse, that's perfectly fine. It's because you're each other's mirror. Okay. So yeah, that's what she's feeling. I feel like there's a separation process for her from her twin to start to tackle some of those deep rooted problems. I feel like there's an essence of her needing to go maybe into a meditation or a deeper meditation where she can start to pull out the things that are deeply rooted, painful things from her past, painful things that need to be resolved. Also, deep rooted over the twin, like the whole separation thing, she's so rooted into this that I feel like she can't see past things and she feels like she's only keeping her head above water. Let's get the divine masculine now. Divine masculine wounds or issues or part of what caused the separation. Finding peace. Unreceptive. Okay. So I feel like our divine masculine had some issues with giving himself inner peace. Divine masculine inner peace. I feel like unreceptive to traditional ways to deal with this, like therapy or accepting help. Okay. I feel like divine masculine is not accepting help. They don't want to face these things. They're like bothered by it. They're annoyed by it. It's like a nuisance to them to have to take their focus off of what they're doing, what they feel is important, like if it's their status or if it's their job or if it's their money or their saving. I feel like they're just in such an energy of self-growth and career growth and like things like that. I'm feeling like our school or whatever. It's self-focus is what I'm trying to say. So whatever it's over, they're unreceptive because they're in a self-focus way. Not a terrible thing, but when it comes to reflecting energies back to your twin divine female is reading this as you don't care. You're not putting energy like I was into this. I did more. I feel like I had to do more work. I feel like it was like I was drowning because I was trying to hold it up. So yeah, Divine Masculine has a little way to come with this. This is more for them to start doing self-acceptance. And I feel like that is really truly what is going to give them inner peace, is to be more open, to allow energy to come into you. Like, you weren't allowing your twin's beautiful energy to flow into you. Like, you were like blocking it in a way, or like blocking love, or blocking love type feelings out of fear for getting hurt, out of fear for maybe it won't progress the way you wanted it to or needed it to, or it's not going to be good for status, or it's not going to work or fit in your life in the time period that it's given. But yeah, I feel like opening up more, not only to let stuff out from your past and heal things from your past, but also to let the love in from your twin. Let the beautiful love flow in for anything. I feel like to getting out of that unreceptiveness is very, very critical here. Okay. Let's get some advice from the Work Your Life Oracle. Okay, we're getting Pillar of Light. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. So the answers are within you, okay? I feel like raising the vibration is definitely what is needed here in this union. And I feel like this is more the Divine Masculine. I feel like because of the finding peace, I feel like he will find himself, rising into a better vibration, a higher vibration, letting go some more of the negative energies from the past. I feel like that is coming in. And also for the Divine Female, to help her find her deeply rooted issues as well. And then let's get one more, and we're getting Trust Your Path. This keeps coming up, guys. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? So having the support from Spirit, it's there, okay? This is for you to support yourselves. You have support from the universe. You have support from Spirit. This is a divine connection. This is under contract. This is all meant to be what's happening, how it's unfolding, pains that you're going through, resistance that you're going through. All these things are coming out, whether you want them to or not, so you can be more aware of what you need to do and how you need to release. So let's get some energies that maybe need to be released or adopted. Frustration. Yes, absolutely. And longing. Okay. So longing will stop your spiritual journey process. Like longing it's an okay energy. Like, I'm not saying anything. In other words, it's okay if you feel this way, but staying in the longing won't allow you to move forward. It's like you create energy roadblocks. That's like what I like to call them on the spiritual path. If your path is a road or a highway, having these types of feelings sort of create roadblocks, and it's hard to move them. It's hard to get around them. It's hard to get past them. The only way to deal with them is to sort of try to, taper them down or let go if you can. Okay. And frustration, the whole connection to me feels frustrated, or frustrations between the two of these two. But it's to learn patience. Okay. Patience between the two of you to strengthen your connection, when you reunite. And let's get one more, and we're getting acceptance. I'm learning to accept the things that I cannot change. Excellent. I mean, that corresponds perfectly on both parts of you. So maybe acceptance is part of the full title of your contract, let's just say. Because that's how I feel. I feel like we have a main theme to our contract with our twin. So you guys, it's for acceptance. Acceptance through everything in life. Accepting, I don't know, you didn't get your promotion and not letting it get to you. Accepting that, maybe you don't have enough money to do what you want. Accepting the fact that not all the people that we love are going to love us back the way we want to be loved, or the way we deserve to be loved. Like things like that. I feel like you activated each other into this now, and moving forward, that will be what is sort of accomplished. Okay. And also accepting each other and union when you reunite. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope it was helpful. Let's get on to Taurus. Aquarius and Taurus. So Aquarius and Taurus, what is something that maybe interrupted this connection? Maybe current states? What is going on with that? Aquarius and Taurus. I feel like these two have an energy of giving, like a give and get, like a give and receive. I feel like it worked good, but one person was giving more than the other. But this person didn't mind. It was bringing them happiness in a strange way. Like they didn't care they were the one giving all the energy or giving all the attention. I feel like that wasn't the way it was supposed to be, though. The giver was supposed to learn about receiving, and the receiving person was supposed to learn about giving. So that's a little bit part of the lesson here. So yeah, somebody was just giving more time, attention, possibly money, support, love, sex, whatever it was. But they had some kind of gratification with that. This is what they do with everybody. So it may be a personal lesson for them to learn maybe to not be as giving, like to the point where you give everything away and you're left with nothing, okay? So yeah, very giving on that part. I feel like this was a good connection. It's a very healing connection. I feel like there was more to be revealed here, and the timing, whatever happened with the timing, it's like this will be revisited at a different time, okay? When there's been some spiritual growth, if that makes any sense. That's what I feel like this is part of the separation, okay? So let's get the divine masculine, and then we'll get the divine feminine. Divine masculine is avoidance, and temptation. Okay, so I don't know if they go back and forth. Divine masculine goes back and forth. Like, are they ghosting you? Are they going back and forth like, I'll talk to you, now I'm not going to talk to you. I want you, now I don't want you. I want this, no, I don't want that. I feel like there's an imbalance with them about what they want, emotions. They're a little bit all over the place, a little bit confused. I also don't know if they were tempted by someone else and it led them astray from you, or they were tempted to be with you and it led them astray from someone else. Does that make sense? Possible. I feel like that could be what happened here. There was a little bit of this avoidance. Now I don't, ghosting a little bit, like giving you like a little crumb and you're like, okay. And then accepting it, and then you giving more and more and more, and they're just giving you another crumb, and you're trying to pull things out of them and they're avoiding it and they don't want to talk about it and they don't want to face things. I feel like that is a little bit of what is going on with the divine masculine. Let's talk about the divine feminine, and that could be now or the past, okay? More of the past I'm feeling, but it could be that or the past. Divine feminine, protect your energy. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And waiting. Wow. You're spending energy on waiting, divine feminine, and it's actually taxing. This is telling you to protect your energy, because the longing energy, like the energy you spend on longing and waiting for your twin to return or come back, or they play this game with you, they're there, they're not, they want you, they don't, they ghost you. You're spending too much energy on that. The waiting energy, like that. I'm leaving the light on for you. Imagine if you left a light on for, 2 months. What would your electric bill be? I'm just trying to give you an example of energy exchange, okay? So protect your energy. I feel like they were draining on you. Your twin was draining on you, okay? They might have been a little bit of an energy vampire. It could be there was a little tiny hint of narcissism with them and things that they need to get over. It could be that they're just afraid of commitment. They just don't know what they want. They just don't know what to do. It could be that they're easily tempted because they're not ready to commit, or they're not ready to be what you want them to be. But protecting your energy, that's a big sign here, okay? It could be that, this was very draining on you, and it still is, because if you're sitting in this energy of waiting and they're ghosting you, or they're not returning to you, or they're avoiding you, it's wasted energy that you could be putting on yourself and putting on the spiritual journey and the separation process, because that's draining in itself, Separation process is draining in itself. So let's get some beautiful messages from our Work Your Light oracle here. And we got to know. Wait, postpone, pause says no. Wow. So if you're wondering, like, we got this waiting. See, these cards are telling the truth, ladies and gentlemen. Waiting. No, it's a no answer. Stop doing that. Stop waiting. I feel like it's saying wait, postpone, pause, say no. Don't accept them coming back to you if they keep playing this game with you. I feel like there's like a lightning moment for you where you're going to get clarity. It's like it's going to hit you like that. And you're going to go, why am I doing this? Why am I wasting my time if you're not already? Why do I keep waiting for them? Why do I keep allowing them to do this? Also, it's like, are they coming back? Like, are they going to be serious? Everything would be a no answer right now. Okay. And a wait. In other words, I feel like don't go after them. Don't try to message them. Don't try to get them. Don't try to nothing right now. It would be a waste of energy. Break the chain. Wow. Ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. Awesome. So you have to break this cycle. In order for the two of you to heal, you got to let him go or her go and break the cycle. And I say him or her because I know everybody identifies differently now and genders are not of a thing, okay? So break the chain. You have to break this pattern that you've come into with your twin and doing this. He's here, he's not, she's here, she's not. You know what I mean? Like this back and forth, this back and forthness, if that makes any sense, okay? Energy to release or adopt. Energy to release or adopt. Calmness. Amusement. So I feel like this is more message for the divine feminine. Spirit wants you to start to have fun again. Start to be about yourself again. Start to be with your friends. Laugh. Go out. Have fun. Drink. Do whatever you want to do. But Spirit wants you to get into more fun and frolic for yourself. Okay? Find humor in things. Be happy again. Okay? And find that energy of inner calmness for yourself. Like a peaceful living and, you know, peace for you. Spirit wants you to have a peace for you. Now let's wrap up with a Sage card. And this will be for the theme of you guys' connection. The theme, the contract title. The contract title of Aquarius and Taurus connection. Okay? What do we get? We got surrender. I can release my need to control. Okay. So there is a little bit of a need to control here. Okay. When we're in this Vedic energy, you think we're not trying to control. We're trying to, or that's controlling us. Think about it. Okay. So I feel like the whole purpose of you guys' contract is surrender, control. Okay. Either way, they're controlled by temptations. They're controlled by this need to be maybe single and not know what they want. They're controlled by not knowing what they want. Think about it that way. And you may be controlled by this pull that you feel to always let them come back, let them come back. So surrender. To me, that seems like a very accurate to wrap this up. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please leave me some comments. I love hearing from you. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and share the video. Pass the knowledge along. And love and light to you all. I'll see you on the next reading.